MTN SME Hub. Link to growth, link to success, link to the ultimate resource for business advice and insights.
Welcome back to the Big Small Business Show, and in studio with us today we've got Devon and Kelly Mitchell, and we're talking about their business, which is Jodev Farms, and it's what a wonderful business. And I just have to share something. I started off doing BSc Agriculture, so I got a little bit of a penchant for what you do. But just tell me about how long has the business been around, and maybe you can talk about the growth over the last 5 years.
So, the farm started in 95, and then it was a dairy farm, and our mum used to run the dairy and make cheese. Then that closed about 2005, and then Devon moved to the farm about 5 years ago, and he started with pick a veg, and then from there we've kind of just grown. We had one of our guys selling sauces on the weekends on a table. We've gone to a few markets, but those never really showed face. But yeah. Okay.
And how's the growth been over the last 5 years?
Yeah, so the last 5 years, it has been slow, and we never really caught on to the right way of marketing and selling our produce. Mm-hmm. And then 8 months ago, we opened up our farm shop, which has really accelerated our growth beyond.
Is that big structure we saw in the clip?
Yes, right. Yeah. So that has really it's helped us. Interact with our customers and present our products in a good way. And I suppose just the way we farm, there are tons of products. And with Kelly being a chef, it's showcased all our products, and she's added so much value to those products, and that's really helped with our growth.
Have you, talking about that, are you using your own product to basically develop from your agriculture into a final product?
Yeah. So,
like a jam or that kind of stuff?
So we try to avoid as much waste as possible.
Yeah.
Obviously there's still waste, but mainly goes to pigs or compost. But so if we've got something sitting on the shelf for a day too long, I turn it into a sauce or a pickle or a jam or whatever, and then it can have a shelf life of 3 to 6 months.
Okay. So I'm going to ask a very weird question now, because you were talking about scale. Why do you want to scale? What's driving that? Why not just keep it where it is, make a couple of bob?
For sure. I think we are going to hit a threshold that what we are capable of doing. And I think it's natural in any business, to want to grow. I think there's not necessarily our whole model will grow to that extent, but I think there's certain lines that we are producing that we might be able to scale.
But why do you want to? Why does Devon Mitchell want to scale?
I think I want to keep growing. I don't really want to hit a ceiling and then kick my feet off and then enjoy the sunshine. So.
And do you feel the same way?
Yeah, we get quite bored if we sit around for too long. Yeah, so we like to, we keep thinking of the next move is and where we can grow to.
We haven't hit that ceiling yet. We've still got a lot of room to grow, within our current space, but we want to get to a position that once we reach that ceiling, that we are as a business ready to move to the next step.
Let's come back to the farm store that you built. My assumption is that that's weekend trade.
Majority, yes.
Majority?
Yes.
80%, 90%, 70%?
It's about
66%.
Yeah. About 66%.
Yeah.
About 66.25.
Yeah. When we did our budget and our cash flow, we work it out on a 3-day week.
Okay.
So Monday to Friday is a 1 day, and Saturday and Sunday are their own day.
Okay,
yeah.
That's interesting. Mm. Okay, and so obviously 66% on the weekend. Are you monitoring the growth in each of those? The Monday to Friday, the Saturday and the Sunday. Are you monitoring them from that perspective?
Our Monday to Friday has definitely started increasing now in its growth. We're starting to get regular customers coming through the week, which has helped us tremendously at the moment.
And majority of our wholesale happens from Monday to Friday as well.
The wholesale part. Okay. All right. So your next door, okay, you mentioned that. Okay, the first question is why, and the second question is where.
Yeah, we actually had an interesting week. We've met with someone that they're opening up basically a similar concept to us, and they would like us to partner with all our products. So,
so they would run it, and we would give them our stock on consignment for the first 3 months, and then see how it goes. But I think for us, that's one way to just get our product known a bit better. We've also got people like at the Bryanston market selling our meat, which also helps people get to know us.
And what's the brand on the meat and what's the brand on the...
It's all Jodev.
All Jodev.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you come and have is there a place for me to have lunch at your place as well?
Sure.
And what's that called?
Jodev Farms.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so everything is Jodev?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Where would the next store be after that? So these guys have come and sort of taken some wind out of your sails, say, okay, you can have the problem. But if they hadn't arrived, where would you have put that store?
High foot traffic, I would say. We would have looked at not necessarily a big shop, but somewhere where there's high foot traffic, and particularly midweek foot traffic, so then we could, breach that sort of, that week, that midweek gap, if you would so to call it.
Yeah, like in high business areas where you're constantly having people go in and out.
Okay. So I'm going to come back to your the family business. Is anyone else party to the strategy of where the business goes?
Yeah.
Certainly, yeah.
I can hear a dominant voice out there.
Probably mother and father,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so how much freedom, and this is a terrible thing to ask on air, but is there a high level of freedom?
For sure.
Yeah.
And then the rest is input?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they've basically just given us the reins now, and they're always there for input when we need it. And they always know when to input.
Okay, I'm reading between the lines. And on that note, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, I'm going to give Devon and Kelly some things to think about.
MTN SME Hub, link to business success.